Did you know that simply storing certain common foods incorrectly in your refrigerator could increase your risk of heart attack, stroke, and even cancer without you realizing it? In this video, I'll show you 7 everyday foods that may seem harmless, but can actually lose their nutritional value, produce harmful toxins, or trigger damaging reactions in your blood vessels, heart, and brain when kept cold. Why does refrigerating potatoes lead to the formation of a compound linked to cancer and vascular inflammation? Why do cold tomatoes lose heart protective antioxidants? And why does chilling bread negatively impact your blood sugar? These questions aren't just about food storage, they're the key to protecting your cardiovascular system and preventing serious complications. Watch until the end to uncover the common mistakes most people are making right in their own kitchen. The first food on the list is potatoes. Many people think that putting raw potatoes in the fridge helps them last longer, but this is actually a common and dangerous mistake. When exposed to cold temperatures, the starch in potatoes quickly turns into sugar. If you later bake or fry those potatoes at high heat, the sugar reacts with amino acids to form acrylamide, a compound that studies have linked to a higher risk of cancer. It also promotes inflammation in the body, directly affecting blood vessels and increasing the risk of atherosclerosis. This is especially dangerous for people with a history of high blood pressure or heart disease. On top of that, refrigeration causes potatoes to spoil faster, become mushy, change color, and lose nutrients. The best way to store potatoes is in a dry, well-ventilated place away from direct sunlight. When cooking, try to use moderate heat and keep the skin on to benefit from the fiber, which helps with blood sugar control. Next, let's talk about a common fruit found in almost every kitchen that is often stored incorrectly in the fridge: tomatoes. Do you want to know why cold tomatoes become bland, lose antioxidants, and may even harm your heart? Here's the answer. Refrigerating tomatoes severely affects their cell structure. The internal membranes break down, making the fruit mushy, less elastic, and stripping away its distinct flavor. Even worse, refrigeration halts the natural ripening process, which is exactly when tomatoes produce lycopene, a powerful antioxidant shown to protect heart cells, reduce inflammation, slow the oxidation of LDL, and prevent vascular aging. When chilled, the lycopene content drops significantly, taking away one of the most important benefits for your heart and brain. Cold tomatoes also feel unpleasant to eat, taste dull, and often end up wasted instead of being used at peak ripeness. The ideal way to store tomatoes is in a cool, dry area away from sunlight. If you want to speed up ripening, place them near a banana or apple. These fruits release ethylene, which naturally and safely accelerates the ripening process. After tomatoes, another seemingly harmless food that is often stored the wrong way: bread. Have you ever put bread in the fridge only to find it dry, flavorless, and moldy faster than expected? The truth about bread may change your habits starting today. Bread is one of the most commonly misstored foods. Many people believe that keeping bread in the refrigerator will prevent mold and help it stay fresh longer. But the truth is quite the opposite. In cold temperatures, the starch in bread rapidly recrystallizes, breaking down its texture and causing it to become dry, hard, and lose its natural softness and flavor. On top of that, refrigerators are not as dry as people think. In fact, they have high humidity due to continuous moisture circulation. This creates the perfect environment for mold to grow, especially on preservative-free breads like whole grain or naturally fermented loaves. Eating moldy bread, even just a small portion, can expose you to mycotoxins such as aflatoxin, a substance proven to damage the liver and increase the risk of vascular inflammation, which can indirectly affect the heart and brain. The best way to store bread is in an airtight container or cloth bag in a cool, dry place if you plan to eat it within 2 days. For longer storage, freezing is the safer option, and you should only thaw what you need. Reheating frozen bread also helps form resistant starch, a type of fiber that supports digestion, reduces sugar absorption, and aids in blood pressure control. Next, let's look at a highly nutritious fruit that can quickly lose its value if chilled at the wrong time, the avocado. Have you ever sliced open a perfect-looking avocado only to find it stringy, bitter, and flavorless inside? Here's why that happens. Avocados are among the most temperature-sensitive fruits. When you place an unripe avocado in the refrigerator, its natural ripening process is disrupted because the enzymes responsible for softening and nutrient conversion become inactive. As a result, the avocado may become tough on the outside, stringy or blotchy inside, and sometimes even taste bitter. What's more concerning is that chilling an unripe avocado not only ruins the flavor, but also significantly reduces valuable nutrients such as monounsaturated fats, soluble fiber, and antioxidants that support heart and brain health. These compounds help reduce inflammation, regulate cholesterol, and protect nerve cells. When ripening is interrupted, the avocado cannot reach its full nutritional potential. The solution is simple. Let avocados ripen at room temperature and only refrigerate them once they are soft and fully ripe. If the fruit has already been cut, a few drops of lemon juice or placing a lemon slice directly on the flesh can help slow down oxidation. If you don't plan to use the rest within a few days, you can freeze the leftover avocado. This preserves most of its nutrients and makes it convenient for smoothies or sauces. Next is a fruit that may seem harmless but can cause sharp spikes in blood sugar and strain your blood vessels if stored improperly, the banana. Have you ever put bananas in the fridge and noticed the peel turning black quickly? This doesn't just affect appearance, but also alters the nutritional value. Why does this happen? Let's break it down. Bananas are a tropical fruit and highly sensitive to low temperatures. When placed in the refrigerator, especially before they are fully ripe, the peel quickly turns black due to the breakdown of natural pigments caused by the cold. While the inner flesh may still be edible, refrigeration alters the texture, making the banana mushy, dull in flavor, and less effective in delivering its natural nutrients. More importantly, as bananas become overripe, their sugar content rises significantly, which increases their glycemic index. For individuals at risk of diabetes, prediabetes, or cardiovascular disease, consuming overripe bananas can cause a rapid spike in blood sugar levels, putting extra strain on blood vessels and the heart. Repeated spikes like this can lead to metabolic imbalances and raise the risk of heart attacks and strokes over time. The best approach is to store bananas at room temperature and eat them when they are just ripe, with evenly yellow skin and no dark spots. A simple trick to slow the ripening process is to wrap the banana stems with foil or plastic wrap to reduce ethylene release. If you have too many ripe bananas, instead of refrigerating them, peel, slice, and freeze them. This preserves the fruit while keeping its glycemic impact lower when used in smoothies, banana bread, or natural frozen desserts. Now, let's move on to a food that isn't sweet like bananas, but plays a key role in fighting inflammation and supporting immunity: garlic. However, when stored incorrectly, garlic can not only lose its benefits, but also create an environment that encourages harmful bacteria to grow. How does this happen? Let's take a closer look. Garlic is known for its powerful antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties thanks to a compound called allicin. However, allicin is only activated when garlic is crushed or chopped, and it is highly sensitive to temperature. When garlic is stored in the refrigerator, especially after being peeled or pre-chopped, the cold and humid conditions accelerate sprouting, which reduces the effectiveness of allicin. It also alters the taste, making garlic pungent and bitter. Even more concerning, if you store chopped or pureed garlic in oil and refrigerate it without proper sterilization, the mixture can create an ideal anaerobic environment for the growth of Clostridium botulinum bacteria. This bacterium causes botulism, a life-threatening form of food poisoning that can lead to muscle paralysis, respiratory failure, and death if not treated in time. The risk is even greater for people with weakened immune systems, older adults, or those with cardiovascular conditions. The correct way to store garlic is to keep whole bulbs in a dry, well-ventilated place away from direct sunlight and never in plastic bags. If peeled, it should be used the same day or kept in a sealed glass container in a cool place for a short period. For long-term storage, you can dry or freeze chopped garlic. Although this may reduce some of its active compounds, it remains safe to use. Finally, let's talk about a food that seems almost immune to spoilage, mold, or storage concerns, but actually loses all its valuable enzymes when refrigerated. That food is honey. Why shouldn't honey be kept in the fridge, and what happens when you do? The answer may surprise you. Honey is widely considered one of the few foods that never spoils when stored properly. However, that doesn't mean you can keep it anywhere, especially not in the refrigerator. When exposed to cold temperatures, honey begins to crystallize quickly, forming hard sugar granules or sediment at the bottom of the jar. While this process doesn't make the honey unsafe to eat, reheating it too aggressively to return it to liquid form can destroy its valuable biological enzymes. These enzymes are responsible for honey's anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and immune-supporting properties. They also play a key role in reducing inflammation in blood vessel linings and helping to regulate cholesterol, indirectly protecting the heart and slowing the progression of atherosclerosis. In addition, prolonged crystallization can alter honey's texture and flavor, taking away from the original experience. The best way to store honey is at room temperature in a dry, cool place away from direct sunlight. It does not need refrigeration, and you should never use a microwave or boiling water to reheat it. If your honey crystallizes, simply place the jar in warm water between 104 and 122 degrees Fahrenheit to restore its smooth consistency without damaging its active compounds. With that, you've completed a journey through 7 everyday foods that are commonly misstored and may silently harm your heart, brain, and overall metabolic health. But to make this journey meaningful, you now need to answer one important question. How many of these foods are currently in your refrigerator? And are you ready to make a change today to protect your heart and your health? If your answer is yes, then congratulations! You've just taken the most important first step, awareness. Small changes like keeping potatoes in a dry place, avoiding cold storage for tomatoes, storing bread properly, and not refrigerating unripe avocados or bananas may seem simple, but they can have a big impact on protecting your heart and preventing serious complications like stroke or heart attack. Heart health doesn't depend only on medications or exercise. It also comes from the everyday choices you make in your kitchen. Starting today, take a look inside your fridge and review everything you're storing. If you find potatoes, tomatoes, bread, bananas, avocados, garlic, or honey being stored the wrong way, make the change now. Good health is built on small actions repeated every day. Don't wait for symptoms to appear before you act. If you found the information in this video helpful and want to keep learning practical, science-based ways to prevent heart attacks, strokes, and improve your health, hit the follow button now. Following the channel not only ensures you won't miss future important videos, but it also helps spread this valuable content to more people. Tap follow and turn on the notification bell to protect your heart and brain with the right habits starting today. And don't forget to share this with your loved ones, especially those at higher risk for heart disease, high blood pressure, or diabetes. A small change today could be a powerful gift for their health tomorrow. Thank you for watching until the end. See you in the next video with more practical tips to help you live healthier and longer every day.